Okay, so I've walked you through all of the steps and the sections of the Common Application, and now I would like to show you how to put colleges onto your list. So I'm going to share my screen again. So we're going to go over here. And what you'll see over here again, this left chunk is kind of your navigation, right? The middle chunk is the working area. So I'm going to go over here where it says college search. I'm going to click on that. And when you do that, you'll see that a big, huge list, look at how long this is, big, huge list is going to pop up of basically every school that accepts the Common Application. So all you have to do is just start typing. I'm trying to think of a school that is not on my list. Just start typing, and any school that matches what you started typing should pop up. So I'm going to add American University to my list. And now what you'll see is when I go over here to the My Colleges tab and then click on Overview, this is, by the way, this is how you remove a college. If you put a college on your list just to look at it, this would be how you can take it off your list. So I'll take Carleton off my list. Yes. Okay, so I added American University to my list. And what I specifically want to show you right now is how to waive your FERPA rights. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a different video that I made a couple days ago, because waiving your FERPA rights is something you can only do one time as you are getting ready to apply. And I'll explain in a moment what your FERPA rights are. But what you'll see when you start putting colleges on your list is that every college has a little down arrow, and when you expand it, every college has a bunch of questions and more information that you have to fill in just for them. So let me actually just walk you through it really quick. A lot of times these questions are pretty simple. So for example, general, they ask you when you want to start, right? They ask you how you want to apply, early action, early decision. I'll link another video where I have a whole explanation of what the difference between those two is. But sometimes the answers that you put here at the beginning trigger other questions and other parts of the application to come up. So even though you don't have to go through all of the questions in order, it is important to answer everything. And again, just like we were doing in the Common App, as you go through it and answer the questions, you'll get a little green check over here. Now, sometimes you'll notice that there's already a green check and you're like, wait a minute, I didn't do an activities section here. I did it in the Common App, but I didn't do it specifically for American University. So let me just show you why that's happening. So I'm going to try to go through this really quick and get a green check. Let's see, performing arts. Let's say no to that, and I should get a green check. And every college will have this kind of general section. Again, when do you want to start? Sometimes they ask, do you want to live on campus? Every college will have an academic section. They all ask you what your intended major is. This is not binding. They are not going to hold you to this, but they are always trying to get a feel. Look, it even says here, please note admissions decisions are not made on the basis of this selection. They're just trying to get a feel for what you're interested in. And a lot of colleges will ask you if you have a secondary or sometimes a third interest as well. So I usually go through and I just click a couple things. You should read through. I mean, most colleges have way more majors than you actually realize, right? So you should definitely read through and see what all of the options are. Wow, look at all these cool options. Okay, so again, I'm going to try to just pop right through these and hit continue. Now, I made it to the activities section and I already have a green check. Why is that? It's because it's not a required section, right? So you have a green check and it tells you it's complete, even though you haven't done anything here. But I'm going to tell you something. Activities, again, it's not the same as your activities in the Common App. It's what activities at this school are interesting to you. And I'm here to tell you that answering this question is a little bit of an indication of demonstrated interest. So you do not want to breeze through and skip this section, right? You want to tell them, and they give you 5 spaces. You don't have to fill out all 5, but you definitely want to take a look and see, you know, what you might be interested in doing while you're there. This is definitely you telling them, I see you, I've looked at your school, and this is what's interesting to me. A lot of schools will ask you, have you previously applied? A lot of schools will ask you, how have you learned about us? Again, you can see that it's not required, but honestly, this is them checking out their marketing success. So you should let them know how you've learned about them. It's important to help them understand what they're doing well, and maybe what they could be doing better. So I'm going through, I get a green check. I'm at the family section. Again, different from the family section in the Common App. They're asking different questions. So here I have a parent or guardian who has completed a bachelor's degree. A lot of colleges are trying to determine how many of the students who are applying are first generation in their family to go to college. So that's really what they're trying to figure out here. So I'm going to say no. A lot of colleges ask this question. Are any siblings also applying for undergraduate admission? I sort of jokingly call this the twin question, but you might have a sibling who's applying to transfer, right? Have any relatives ever attended? If you say yes, watch. Another question is going to pop up. Is that a parent, sibling, grandparent, aunt, uncle, or cousin? If you say yes, they're going to ask for the name, and they want to know. Sometimes they'll ask what year that person graduated. They want to know how many degrees that person had. They will probably look that person up just to confirm your relation to an alumnus. So I'm going to change that to no. And a lot of colleges ask this: have any relatives ever worked for American? So again, I'm going to hit continue. I also don't want you to be alarmed at this question. I know you are probably 16, 17, 18, 19 years old if you're applying to college, but a lot of colleges are asking this question. Have you been adjudicated guilty or convicted of a misdemeanor or felony? I just don't want you to, it's a little bit of a scary question. If you say yes to that question, a box will pop up and they give you 400 words. It's not an essay. They really just need an explanation. And look, very specifically, they're asking you to reflect on what you learned from the experience. They're not telling you that this will completely knock you out of the running, okay? But they definitely will need an explanation. And then this other question, sometimes these questions come in the opposite order. I usually see this one first. They're asking if you've ever been disciplined at school. And sometimes they're more specific about discipline, and they'll specifically say, have you ever been suspended or expelled? And again, if you hit the yes for that, they need to know what the violation was and what actions were taken. So I'm going to say no to that. All right, and now we get to the writing section. Some schools, it's called writing. Some schools, it's called other information. But if a college has a supplemental essay, this is where it will be. And you'll notice it's telling me it's complete. Why? Because it's not required. But again, I'm here to tell you, if you skip an optional supplement, you are missing out on an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you to connect yourself with the college that you're applying to. So even though it's not required, it's a very, very good idea to complete this supplemental essay. That's why even if you have green checks here, I really want you to go through and look at every single section. Okay, so the next section is where I really wanted to take you, and that's recommenders and FERPA. And you'll see right now that I have a green check here. So I'm going to click into it, and I want you to click into it. This is the thing you only have to do one time. And once you do it here, for any college, pick any college. Once you do it, you're going to have a green check for every college, right? So right now, before you complete the recommenders and FERPA section, you have a little yellow exclamation mark because yours isn't done. So when you click into it, I'm just going to stitch together a second video, and I'm going to walk you through how this all works. FERPA, I want you to click on that. And this is why I record this every year, because you only get to do this one time and you have to do this right. So yours is going to look just like mine looks. It's going to tell you what the FERPA Act is. Actually, when you click on complete release or authorization, that's going to tell you what FERPA is. So FERPA is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. And basically what it means is your high school, and actually any school you've ever attended, is not allowed to release your transcript unless you give permission. So you have to release your FERPA rights. Now, the FERPA release does two things. It lets your schools, or if you've gone to taken any college classes, it lets them release the transcript. However, what it also does is it lets your teachers know that you are fine not seeing the letters of recommendation they're going to write for you. So, in case no one has said that to you before, you will not see your letters of recommendation. You cannot ask to see your letters of recommendation unless the teacher offers to show it to you, which every now and then happens. But you are not ever supposed to or going to see those letters of recommendation. Why? It's really so that the teachers know they can truly be honest in writing letters about your performance in school and who you are as a human being. So, what does that say? We need to be very careful about who we ask for letters of recommendation. You need to be very sure that you are asking the teachers who will say amazing, wonderful, happy things about you. Okay, so let's just go back. I want to show you. So when you click on recommenders in FERPA, by the way, you only do this one time. So pick any college. Look, if I click a different college and I go down to recommenders in FERPA, it's going to look exactly the same. Okay, so it does not matter which college you do this under. It'll translate over onto all of them. So you're going to see this little exclamation mark. You have to do something first. So we're going to click on complete release authorization. And it's going to say, okay, how does FERPA relate to your college application? I just sort of explained it to you. You'll be asked to waive your right. Again, I explained this to you, and you're going to say, yes, I've read that. I'm going to continue, and it's going to take you to a screen. And there's only one box to check, but watch what happens when I check the box. So here's what it says. I acknowledge that every school I've attended may release all requested records and recommendations. I also understand that employees at the colleges may confidentially contact my current and former schools if they have questions. So when I click this box, more stuff is going to pop up underneath. Right? And then it says, please select one. I waive my right to review all recommendations, or I do not waive my right. I want you to click I waive. I want you to run away very fast from this one. Do not click this one. Click this one. I waive. You can see you can only click one of them. Click I waive. Do not click I do not waive. In case you were unclear on what I'm telling you, click the first one. Then you're going to click I understand that this applies to all the colleges I am applying to, and I cannot change this once I sign it. So you're going to type your name here. Isn't it cool that my computer knows my name? And then you're going to click this little calendar doohickey, and it's going to give you today's date. And you're going to click Save and Close. Now my FERPA rights have been released. Your high school will know this. Your counselor will know this. If your school uses any of the programs, it could be Naviance, it could be Score, it could be Zello, it could be Maya, that connect with the Common App, your counselor at school will see that you have waived your FERPA rights. This is a good thing. And now we are ready to invite recommenders. I'm not going to click this button because different schools have different methods of inviting recommenders. So your Magellan counselor will go through the technical way to invite your recommenders when you are ready to do that. But I just wanted you to get past the FERPA part. So all right, here we go, boys and girls. It's your time to shine, class of 2026. We are so excited. We've been working with you for anywhere between, I don't know, a month and 2 years, right? And now your college applications are open. Good luck. We're here to support you. We'll see you soon.